Hello, everybody. I hope we are live. Can I see thumbs up if we are live?
Everyone.
So I hear sound, so it seems that we are live. We're still trying to figure out a couple of topics. So it seems that all the startups are trying to log in at the same time, which will give us headaches. Yeah. So we were kicking out the startups that are not presenting right now out of the stream, because otherwise we have our judges not be able to start. So give us a minute, and we do this just now, and then I'll start in a minute with starting the whole exercise here. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you, Christian.
Perfect. Good. Try again. Good. Then why don't we start and see what is happening, right? Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Lars German, Group Chief Digital Officer of QSC Group, and happen to have initiated the journey of MENA Insurtech association with a couple of people within QSC and other insurance companies. I'm very happy that we are all here. As you see, it's the first time we're doing this tool. We tested it several times, but somehow testing is always different than in real life. But here we are. I should have with me the jury for today. So you see faces there, so this is good. We've seen a couple of startups dialing in and actually crashing the system. So we keep kicking you out, the startups that are not on time, because it's a wrong link for you to join. Apart from this, let's kick it off and then let's see how we can make the things happening. So today is the MENA Insurtech competition, our online and virtual competition. We have been running a couple of Insurtech competitions already in the wider MENA region. We have been in Dubai, we have been in Egypt, we have been in Qatar, we have been an excursion to London. Today we do the virtual one, and then we have 2 more coming. Why we're here and why we're doing this? So obviously, QSC is one of the leading insurers in the Middle East. This is one of the projects that we as QSC are supporting heavily. It's actually an initiative of the MENA Insurtech Association. MENA Insurtech Association has been founded as a non-profit organization to really connect everybody in the ecosystem, because we just see that the challenges to build an insurtech is complicated all over the world, but complicated here in the MENA region. So we're trying to connect the dots between insurtechs, regulators, front-end and capacity providers, but also with the right investment capital and talent pool, and help insurtechs to grow across the region, because many smaller countries need to be conquered. So you better do this in partnerships. So this is on us, what the MENA Insurtech Association does. If you can go to the next slide, please. Yeah. We are on a journey here. This journey started with the Dubai event, where we have the Insurtech competition. We are selecting the very best 5 insurtechs of several countries. And today we have a summary of countries together with us. We do this on a competition, but we also have a launch pad, which is just founders only, so people with ideas. We're getting together and bringing them, the very best of the insurtechs of the MENA region, to our Insurtech Summit, 20 to 22nd of May, where we have on the first day pitching the battle itself, and connect the insurtechs that we see and capacity providers. We have an amazing program as part of this. We also have a lot of African insurtechs with us, and insurance companies pitching to get the ESG award from us. So this would be one area. And the second day is really an international insurtech conference program, where we have influencers from all over the world talking about all the relevant topics that are happening. And then hopefully we have top 5 insurtechs awarded in this event. And then there will be a massive value creation program by investing in capital, investing into the knowledge, investing into capacity, and growing the whole ecosystem. That said, this is what you see today, virtual insurtech competition. And then we're moving on to the next slide. I wanted to invite all of you insurtechs to join us in our journey, because an Insurtech Association only makes sense if insurtechs are there. I think we have really good insurtechs in there, but there always can be more. So please join us. You can scan the code there. You can just subscribe on our website. It's a small fee to be paid, but really it's $100 that you have to pay to be part of it. But join it, because you get more opportunities. On top of it, if you're getting member, you actually get a free ticket to our Insurtech Summit. So it's actually really a bargain to become member today. That said, it's a great pleasure to be here in today's Insurtech competition. Not only alone with QSC, but have 4 leading Insurtech thinkers with us. Each of them will introduce themselves. So we first have Nimisha from Leo Capital, one of the leading Insurtech VCs. We have Zishan from ICF with us. We have Edwin, one of the co-founding insurance incumbents. And we obviously have Christian Schulte from Coperion, one of the leading VC funds out of Europe. So can we maybe quickly start with the introduction? Nimisha, can you quickly introduce 30 seconds yourself and Leo Capital?
Hi, thanks, Lars. This is Nimisha. I'm the Portfolio Success Manager for Leo Capital. Leo Capital is a tech and SaaS-based VC firm. We invest globally. We are sector agnostic, and we have invested in insurtech companies like Cover Genius, Health Assure, and we are continuously looking at more opportunities to invest in insurtechs and support them in their journey when they reach from like seed to growth stage. And this is what Leo does. Just for me, I've been also part of India Insurtech Association in my previous role, and helped them grow from like 65 members organization to like a 200 member organization during my term there. So Insurtech is a particular area of interest for me, and I'm very excited to be a part of this. Thank you.
Thank you, Nimisha. Yeah, we're happy really to have you with us. Can we move on to Edwin? Edwin, are you with us? He's trying to log in. Then let's move on. Christian, I've seen you. So Christian, maybe. We still need to unmute you, I believe.
Sorry, I was muted.
Okay, now I hear you.
I'm Christian. I'm one of the managing directors and partners of Coparion. As you said, Coparion is one of the leading German funds. I would say we are really focused on Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. Fund size is 275 million. We invest post-seed and almost till exit. We have a very strong fintech, insurtech angle within the portfolio. I worked as a consultant and as an operational member over 10 years in the insurance industry, had 2 startups myself, and perhaps from the names, at least you know in Germany, we have Clark, Finanzguru, and Neo Digital, fully digital, fully licensed insurance company in our portfolio, and therefore for the German angle, I would say the most prominent insurtech portfolio.
Good. Thank you very much, Christian, to be with us. Let's see if we can add some insights from our region to your experience out in Europe. Now I've seen Edwin is with us as well. So maybe Edwin, a quick introduction on yourself and Jadid.
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you all. My name is Edwin Haj. I handle digital transformation and digital business for Jadid Capital. Jadid Capital is a group of 61 companies along the insurance and reinsurance value chain. We operate in the Middle East, in Europe, and in Africa.
Thank you, Edwin. Finally, Zishan, you made it, right? I think we had to kick again a couple of startups out of the session to get you in, but now you're in. So you're all yours.
I feel flattered. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Great to be here. My name is Zishan. I'm a part of IFC, which is a part of the World Bank Group. I handle the global insurance and insurtech investments for IFC. We currently have a portfolio of roughly 15 traditional insurance investments dispersed globally, and 10 insurtech investments spread across emerging markets globally. We've deployed more than $2 billion over the past 10 to 15 years in the insurance sector. And we're looking at the insurtech sector very closely, and we feel that this is a way for us to improve insurance penetration in the several markets that we target.
Thank you, Zishan. Yeah. And we are really happy that all of the jury members will be with us, our Insurtech Summit here in Doha, 20 to 22nd of May. So you see people here, and you see them hopefully in Doha if you can make the cuts to the top 5. Having said this, I believe it's now time to actually go to the Insurtech competition. We have a tight timeline. It seems to me that the tech is working. If you see me, well, there's a whole team behind here actually trying to run the whole show together with us. So thank you, the whole team, to make this happen. Everybody has been working today and going forward to make it happen. With that said, I believe we will hand over now to Aisha, that will quickly help us with the household rules. Yeah. Okay, it seems that we are not hearing Aisha well, so we'll try to solve this as well.
Okay, so this is me again. I believe now you can hear me, right?
Yes.
Still? Hello?
Yes,
Okay,
it's clear now.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Lars, for the intro, and good afternoon, everyone. This is Aisha Ghaffari, Startup Programs Manager, and I'm looking after the ecosystem building activities at the QIC group. So in today's session, I'll just walk you through the house rules. It's very simple. So we will be calling, of course, the juries will be.
So now we tried for the third time. Aisha's here with me. This should work now, so please go ahead.
It should work. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon to you. This is me again for the third time. I believe now you can all hear me. So apologies for that. So I'm actually managing the ecosystem building activities and looking after the startup competition program and the launchpad. And today I'll be the host and the moderator of the pitching session. So the rules are very simple for the juries. You will stay here in the studio. All you need to do maybe to take some notes after the pitching, and we'll be calling startups one by one. Every startup will have only 4 minutes. In case that you have any question, you can drop it in the chat box, and I can ask the question on your behalf, and then the next startup. We're expecting 11 startups pitching for 4 minutes, and after that, I'm quite sure that you are aware of the jury deliberation and the announcement separately. So let's start with the first startup, Athena. And Athena will be presented by the founder and CEO, Alex. So Alex, I can see that he's in the backstage. We'll let him in. Yeah.
Yeah, hello.
Okay, so Alex in. Alex, you have to, I believe that your pitch deck is handy, so you just share your screen and...
Do you see my screen now?
You go ahead.
Yes.
You have only 4 minutes, so I might stop you once you reach the 4 minutes pitching slot.
Thank you very much. Thank you for all. I'm a founder and the CEO of Athena. It's insurance for the digital assets and internet income. So nowadays, almost everyone became the part of the...
Yeah, so Alex, we cannot hear you, so please check your network.
Right now, I hear.
If needed, you can switch off your video.
I can hear Alex.
Me too. I hear him very clearly.
I can also hear Alex.
It's from our side.
And we cannot.
Okay, I can continue.
Alex, please continue.
So yeah, today almost everyone became the part of the digital economy right now. I'm not talking about the new profession of digital economy like influencer, promoters, streamers. I think our digital twin or our digital assets like crypto or internet page, this make the big value for all of our self-brand or brand as a self-entrepreneur or our store. So if something happened with this our digital assets, it really harm our reputation and our income. So we try to make this digital income insurance to protect people digital assets from cyber threats, reputational risk, and other costs of income loss. So for the modern generation, it have to be fully digital. There is no agent, there is nothing. You just apply on our site and make a claim on anything. We operate on the open data. We don't ask any private data of the client. We understand of their behavior, and we try to offer them the best digital insurance what they want. So who is our main client? Of course, it's everyone who make money in the internet, or they make the fame or advertise their product or services. So it's of course digital profession like digital creators, streamers, And I think it's everyone that's used the social media page, like LinkedIn for our self-brand. It's like small private shops, it's experts, everyone who wants to make it more familiar with your own brand. Of course, it's crypto economy. It's just emerging, but it soon will be very, very huge. And of course, everyone who use internet to make money. So it's like marketers, real estate agent, and every small brand. So what we cover, we don't want to cover the only digital threats. I think there is a lot of problems that modern generation have. So it's in digital economy, there is no reputational risk management. There is no investment manager in some scam project. With all of this, we try to handle, and we try to offer people the better secure of the investment of their money. So we don't want to be also the classical insurance product that sell through the agent and sell through the staff and cold colleagues. No, we just use the digital media. We know how to work with this. We know how to work with brands, with the digital marketing agency, and they understand the real problem of all of that. So using this only digital method, we don't spend a lot of money on the agent, and we can provide them more honest service for more people. When we talk about the market is pretty huge. Total influencers market is only $17 billion, and influencers, they around 200 million people in the world. In MENA, it's in Europe, it's 30 million people. And of course, when we talk about these people, it's not only influencers. I think we saw a lot of interest from the small brands, from the small marketing company that's already faced with the copy of the content, especially nowadays. And there is a lot of AI instrument that you can just take all from your competitor and bring it in the market. So we try to focus on the 4 main social media: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube, and then expand to the NFT market, digital subscription like Netflix, like other digital things like Gmail, everything that's make money for people, like that's belong to digital assets. When we talk about our competitors, we have to be clear, and there is one dear competitor called Notch. They already launched a couple of years in the US, and they feel very, very good. But I think we have much more advantage in particular of skills, in particular what we covers. And of course, I think that MENA market will be the main market next 5-10 years. A lot of countries in this market want to become the capital of the digital economy, and they really care about the risk regulation in this new economy, digital economy. Not talk a lot about the revenue growth plan. We want to be the industry standard in 4 years, and what we did already. So we just launched in this January. We have a lot of IVO and everything, and we just find 30 clients. Its average check is $100, and through a lot of the big influencers that we can reach, they already agree with us to become the community partner and share our knowledge of how they can secure the digital
Alex,
assets.
your time is off, so thank you so much. And
Thank
let's
you.
wait for the jury if they have any question for 1 minute, and then we move to the next startup. So we have one question from Christian. Alex, who calculates the risk? Currently, EBAN, big insurance companies have issues to calculate the premiums.
Yes, so we have in this slide we have our own risk calculation system. So basically on the open data and the data of some small survey, when the client apply on our insurance, they answer several questions. So we make the general risk model, and for the start it's more than enough. It's very accurate. We don't use any self data. It's all only open data. So also with this data, it's okay to provide this kind of service.
Is there a reinsurance involved, or what happens if you have a large risk touching your company?
So yeah, basically we want to be the middle guy between the client and the big insurance company to provide the profile of the client and gain the all open data and sell the insurance from our reinsurance big brokers to the real clients. So in this case, we can also split the risk between insurance and our model because there's a very different product. It's not only digital risk, it can become the income insurance, it can become the reputational risk insurance. So it's a little bit different products, but a lot of people understand that it's very new economy, digital risk. There is no such institutional player like insurance.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you. Then we have to move you back to the backstage, and we'll move to the next startup, Nice Deer. Nice Deer will be presented by the founder and CEO Medhat Mustafa. And Nice Deer is a web-based platform that enables doctors to manage their communication with payers and patients.
Aisha,
yes.
Hi, Aisha, we had one question for Alex, me and Edwin. So if we can get the answer from him later or
yes.
something.
Yes,
oh,
yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mustafa, so you will start presenting. So please make sure that you are sharing your screen, your pitch deck, and we give you the go ahead. Okay.
Just a minute. I'm sharing my screen. Just a minute. Sorry, I think I have done something. Okay, do you see my screen now? Hello?
No, still not yet, Mustafa.
Do you see my screen now?
No.
Okay, just a minute. It does not allow me to share the screen. I don't know why.
You have some backup?
Can you try now?
Just a minute. I think there is something that is. I need to make it.
So, Mustafa, if you still need more time, we can have another startup instead. And you take your time and you check your pitch deck.
I need to just make sure that I can present. I don't know why I cannot present. So just a minute, just 1 minute again, and I think.
Sure.
Okay, I will try to. I have a problem, so you can take the next next startup, and I will go after him. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Okay, so our next startup is Blockchair, will be presented by Ranveer. And Blockchair is an insurance processing platform based on blockchain technology. And the presenter is the founder and the CEO.
It seems that we don't have him in.
Okay, so we can move to the next startup.
Wait a second, only if they're in.
It's here. Yeah, it's here, Ranveer.
Okay.
Okay, I'll get myself ready to present. Right.
Yes, you see the screen. Perfect.
Yeah, good. So we're ready to go, are we?
Yes, please.
Let's start with Hi, I'm Ram Visagu, CEO and founder of Blockshore. Here is the agenda for our pitch. Blockshore is a team that consists of insurance expertise combined with technology specialists. A perfect combination to deliver an innovative new platform for insurance for underserved markets. Our platform could assist with increasing insurance penetration across MENA, where insurance is less than 2% of GDP, particularly the 65% of people who work in the informal sector and who are not fully protected. Blockshore OS is developed for the intermediated market. It enables agencies, MGAs and insurers to digitally innovate. It overcomes the legacy technology issues that stop insurance businesses from being digitally innovative. Things like manual processes for policies and payments, the high cost of processing when compared to premium, lengthy product development timescales and costs. The key benefits we deliver, you can create products that were not possible before for underserved markets. We have full automation across all processes and scalability. We can serve different markets, different products and different geographies. Our APIs allow clients to integrate with Blockshore or use it as a standalone. It's not that you have to use just our platform. Product development can happen in weeks rather than years. We understand the differing needs of insurance businesses and markets. Blockshore OS is a scalable platform that will drastically reduce the cost of implementation and operations. It's suited for our client needs. Here's a case study that we completed with Zurich in the MENA region. We were selected as a finalist for their global innovation competition. It was a group employee benefit scheme. And what we did was we removed all manual processing, governance and controls were automated. All quote and policy issues was delivered in real time. And this allowed them to enter a new market segment where their current minimum premium is $4,000. And what we allowed them to do was enter the market at 1,000 so they could deliver to SMEs which had a lower premium point. Blockshore OS encourages innovation. Our team understands the constraints that were placed there before, like period of covers had to be 2 weeks for travel insurance or annual policies. Mixing covers like general life and general insurance were difficult because of different balance sheets for different companies. We had minimum premium size, and then how it was delivered. It had to be delivered in a certain way. All these constraints have now been removed. Insurance business can develop any product they wish and deliver them at scale. In Indonesia, we have an $8 policy with life and general insurance combined. This is delivered at a price point where the insurance processing costs are less than 20% of the premium. Our client in Indonesia is targeting to help over 3 million people improve their lives with these types of products. We have targeted lower premium and higher volume markets. The reason why we've done this is other platform providers do not operate in these segments. We're specifically looking at microinsurance, embedded, gig and schemes, and these can all be combined. Insurance businesses have typically found it difficult to operate in these markets due to manual processes and the costs involved. Each market is vast in its own right, and we've developed the platform so it can scale in each of these markets. The key takeaways from this is you can transform how insurance is delivered in these markets and segments, and it can be done at very low cost, ensuring profitability. We have successful implementations in other product markets and geography. In Indonesia, we've got microinsurance projects which are covering university students to ensure that they can finish their studies and take their families into a higher standard of living. Seaweed farmers are protected so that if they suffer injuries, their families are covered. In the UK, we have embedded schemes so that we can enhance the offerings of our manufacturers, mandatory cover for gig economy, electric vehicle charging points. Blockshore OS is flexible and can be aligned to the needs of our clients. It can also serve different product markets, and implementing the scheme in MENA could be quite easy to do. So BlockSureOS makes delivering insurance much simpler, allowing insurance businesses to target new customer segments with ease. We believe we can enable insurance businesses in the MENA region to provide underserved markets with financial inclusion. Thank you.
Thank you. You still have 30 seconds. So let's see if the jury want to ask any question. I think they can go ahead and
It's Christian. What is it on a very abstract level, your product, if you call it OS? Is it an insurance management software where you manage third-party insurance products, or what is it? Because I did not get it 100%.
Okay, so what we do is we just provide, it's a platform which, it's like any other insurance platform that you would buy, but what our platform does is it connects all the parties using the blockchain technology so that they are always in sync. It allows you to manage all the processes, so it does full quote and bind, it does payment management, it will do and by payment management, it will collect the premiums, but it will also allocate those across. So anything that a policyholder would want to do, it will do for you, but it also allows the agencies and the insurers to administer all the policies on the platform. And it can be implemented in a number of ways. So you could have the platform so that everybody uses it for their own administration, i.e. they have a new platform. It can be used as a piece of middleware so that it will connect up an agency and an insurer's platform and their front end so that they can actually see everything happening in their platforms, their existing platforms as they go along. So it is a piece of technology kit, and
okay,
yeah.
And so basically, it's meant to complement the existing legacy system.
It can be used for that, or it can be used to replace existing legacy systems.
Okay.
How does it compare to the low-code and no-code operating systems currently in the market?
So we are a no-code system. So what we've done is we've actually built a platform to complete all insurance processing, and then if you want to use it, then there's no coding involved. The only part of the work that needs to be done is we will build your product on our platform, and that's very easy to do, and that can be done in just weeks. Well, in days, actually, we can do that.
How would you differentiate yourself from, let's say, an Uncork or a CoverGo or other no-code platforms that do have implementation within a few weeks' time as well?
So what I'm not really familiar with CoverGo. We may sort of sit alongside them, but one of the things that we have found when we do our competitor analysis is that most platforms will do the quote and the bind and the implementation, the integration with other platforms, but where it becomes difficult is they still have bordereau processes at the back, they still have payment processing that runs alongside. What we've done is we've said you have to integrate all of that, and it all has to happen at a transactional level so that there is no reconciliation, there's no paper issued, there is no more trying to match payments to policies. So everything happens automatically, and the only process between a policyholder, an agent, and an insurer is a policyholder or the partner that they're working with would input the data at the front end for the policy, and then there is a payment collection which can be done via card or can be done via an invoicing system, and it is only the front end inputs that are done. After that, everything else is completely automated, and that's what allows us to do the very, very small premium policies, because there is no actual administration processes happening in the back between agency and insurer. So that's one of the big differentiators we have between the other platforms, where they still have, it's either implemented for an agency or an insurer, and you still have the processing that's involved between agencies and insurers.
Thank you, Ranbir. Thank you. So we can still connect the juries with all the participants after the session, but just for the sake of time, we'll stick to one question per startup. And now let's move to the next startup. We have Digest Fact, which will be presented by Nishan Tomar. He's already in the studio, so we can let him in.
Hi, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Hi. Yes.
Yes. Hi, Nishant.
Hi. Let me present my screen. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
It's loading. Yes, yes.
Awesome. Right. So DICSACT, it uses AI and computer vision to speed up and simplify the estimation phase of property claims or any other similar kind of like repair or installation projects. Currently, most of these processes are either manual, which is time consuming and expensive, or even the other tools or the competitive tools that are in the market are still 24 to 48 hour, have 24 to 48 hour lag time, or they lack some of the critical pieces of information like the materials or the damage detection and the accuracy. So we have come up with a way that allows a solution that allows you to detect that damages, early signs of water leaks or damages caused on the roof by storms. That helps with better risk assessment and to allow for preventive care. And we also have the ability to detect building materials and give the ability to take on-demand measurements. And all of it can happen in real time from the photos. With accuracy that has met the KPIs of, with the insurance companies that we have worked with so far. And I'll share a case study soon. From ROI perspective, on the underwriting side for risk assessment, you can see the current cost here. And these are the numbers in US, by the way. The number for different countries vary, but there is significant cost savings in most of the countries that we have worked so far, including Poland as well in the Eastern European region, I should say. Here is the cost using our software. This green bar is the savings. So more than 98% savings on the risk assessment side, more than 91% savings on the claims side. We have two products. DF Measure allows the measurement capability in real time from any photo. The access to the 2D and 3D sketches are table stakes. They're always accessible and available along with it. The DF AI allows basically to detect damages as well as building materials from the photo in real time. Just to give you some use cases, here is a photo from one of the live claims that we did with one of the insurers, just to give you an idea of what the portal looks like when the insurers and the adjusters, desk adjusters are using our product to estimate the claim remotely. And again, these units are adjustable depending on your favorite or preferred unit of measure. Here is a mask that shows what the original image was with the materials that was detected. Just again, this is all real example from a recent claims that we finished. There is a different use case altogether on the risk assessment side for detecting pre-existing damages on properties. And again, this applies to residential or commercial, just to understand what the right premium should be by knowing what the pre-existing damages are. And a separate case study where we work with existing or insurers who have existing policyholders on the preventive care measure. Again, it doesn't involve underwriting or claims directly, but it does allow preventive care by the homeowner by looking at early signs of damages and doing the maintenance early on. So it doesn't result in expensive claims down the line.
Still have 30 seconds to go.
Okay, just real quick, here is a case study that we did with the largest insurer in Poland, over 500 claims in a couple of months. These were the KPIs that we easily beat on both the products from accuracy perspective. And here's just a snapshot of what we have done so far. Been doing pilot projects, but we also have partnership agreement with CoreLogic, and we are finalizing the integration. And we are focusing on, we have the letter of intent from the most recent pilot that we completed. So we're working on that as well. And then we have a few other pilots in our pipeline, including an insurer in Australia as well. I know we're running out of time, so I'll pause it here, but our long-term goal is basically to make it a simple
Thank you.
for Insurtechs. Thank you, everyone.
See, juries have any question, so they can allow you more time to finish your last slide.
Can you tell us a bit about the team?
Yes, the team is here. So you have met me. Alan is our head of insurance with over 30 years in property insurance space. And Mo is our AI ML engineer based in Egypt. And I've been working closely with him to identify opportunities within the Middle East region as well to grow. And he kind of helped me apply for this competition as well. He worked closely with me to prepare for this. Pankaj is our investor from pre-seed funding in 2021.
One question is like, how many insurers are you working with right now? If you can give us a number across US and Europe.
Sure. So we have completed three pilots, and we have 2 or 3 more in the pipeline. One in US. Sorry, what we have completed is 2 in US and 1 in Poland. What we have in the pipeline is 1 in US, 1 in Australia, and 1 in Portugal. From full-scale implementation perspective, the LOI that we have from the most recent one will be the first full-scale implementation that we will be doing. And again, once we complete our integration with CoreLogic, that will open the doors for multiple full-scale implementation because we'll have already integrated it with Symbolity. So it will be kind of embedded into the existing workflow that CoreLogic works with. And these are, again, just the core team members. We have 2 other engineers in India.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we'll bring back Nice Deer, Mustafa. So Mustafa is the founder and CEO of Nice Deer, an Egypt-based startup. And yes, now we can see your screen, Mustafa, so you can go ahead.
Great.
Okay. So Nice Deer is an insurtech platform with 2 complementary business lines. The data-driven...
Mustafa, we can't hear you properly. Let me just check if it's only me or everyone.
I can hear him perfectly.
I can hear him as well.
Okay.
I can also hear you.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Mustafa, go ahead.
So we have 2 business lines, complementary business lines: the data-driven advance payment and the self-insured corporation. So let us start with the data-driven advance payment. So usually at the end of every month, the provider patches the claims and sends them to the TPA. Then the TPA sends the bills to the insurer after processing and reviewing them. After that, the insurance company makes the payment transaction to the provider. So this cycle takes from 45 to 60 days, which is negatively impacting the financial or the medical service provider financial position. So what we have started to do is to combine the claim management and financing under one umbrella using the data-driven assessment. So the provider will submit the claims to the TPA. Then Nice Deer engine will calculate the provider dues and pay them. Nice Deer actually will collect the dues from the insurance payer after 60 days and gain from 3 to 7% for the short-term financing. So we are talking about the market size in Egypt. Total expenses in Egypt in 2020 were 16.8 billion USD, and we are expecting to be increased to 34.3 billion USD. And the outpatient expenses out of them were 6.2 billion USD and expected to grow to 12.7 USD. So this is the first business line. The second business line is the self-insurance or the self-corporate, which is complementary to the first one. So in Egypt, companies with a considerable volume, such as oil and gas, manufacturing, and banking sectors, usually prefer to manage the health plan independently because it is less expensive and it gives them more control and flexibility. However, they always face an operational inefficiencies, communication challenges with the beneficiaries and the medical service provider, and on the top of that, a lack of preventive control. So Nice Deal actually offer the claim processing backend, the mobile application, and the medical service online network. All of this in one solution. The solution facilitates, of course, the communication between the payer and the medical service provider and the beneficiaries, and it reduces the expenses and increase the overall satisfaction of the employees. So we're talking about a market size that have more than 250,000 corporate with about 6 million employees that is self-insured. And in order to do this, we have two platforms. At the bottom, we have the claim processing engine. And at the top, we have a one-window application for all the medical service providers. And those two platforms communicate with a web service. And of course, we have developed the mobile application with the corporate identity of every payer. Currently, actually, Nice Deal is around more than 7,000 medical service providers, and they are submitting their claims on Nice Deal. They also trust Nice Deal to verify the eligibility and validate the other insurance condition. The solution already runs more than 700,000 beneficiaries through multiple TPAs and insurance payers, which is about 25% of the Egyptian private medical insurance market. It also runs 30% of the Sudanese private medical insurance market, which is, and the most important thing is that our solution processes more than 250,000 transactions per month with about 150 million Egyptian pound. This is our team, and thank you.
Thank you, Mustafa. Really nice to see your work in Egypt. I think we had a couple of startups already in our Egypt startup competition. You're not alone in this market. I think I can count 5 other companies doing similar things. I think we have 1 or 2 even today in. So what makes you different compared to all the other players that are doing the very same thing, buying, processing medical claims and pay faster?
First of all, we have most of the biggest one in Egypt. We have more than 9 TPAs in Egypt. That is, they are considering about 700,000 beneficiaries. So we have the volume of the beneficiaries, and we have the network of the medical service providers. That is more than 7,000 medical service providers. So we can do the factoring for the medical service provider because we know the processing of the claims at the back end, and also we can provide the back end for the new self-insurance corporate because we have the network. Am I clear? I don't know.
That's fine. Thank you. We have room for another question.
Yeah, one small question is, are you involved? How much is your involvement in the claims processing part of it? Because from generally insurers process the claim, and are you involved in processing that? Because I think when the claims comes, your job is to reimburse that or give that amount back to the beneficiary, right? So what is your involvement, and what happens in case like a claim is rejected?
So actually, we have a course for all the medical service provider. That because we have a very long history with another company in the medical claim processing in Egypt, so we know exactly which medical service provider have the history with however the payer. So we can calculate actually the dues accurately, and we have tried this in the last 6 months with less than 2% rejection rate that is out of our calculation engine. So we have tried the engine. It's more than 1.5 to 2%. Only 1 month for 2%.
Okay, so thank you so much. Mustafa, let's move to the next startup. It's already here in the studio. Our startup is Nice Lab, and will be presented by the founder and CEO, Pavel Ozorov. I'm not sure if I pronounced your last name properly. And so we can see your screen. Pavel?
Yeah, but can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. because I think the connection is not the best currently. So if you hear me well, can I start?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay, so MENA Lab, we are providing health insurers with AI solutions. We were originally founded in Russia, but currently we have office in Bahrain, working for 2 markets, where in Russia we have about 85% share, working with 13 out of top 15 insurance companies. In Saudi Arabia, this was our first market in MENA region. We currently occupy about 10% of the market share, working with 8 insurance companies, and we have big plans to go. Speaking about our solutions, we provide insurers with AI solutions of the every step of the product value chain, starting from sales and up to claims management. All the solutions allow us to increase profitability of insurance products, decrease administrative costs and claims payouts. And I will tell you now about our major product, which is the door opener for every insurance company. And this is health overtreatment detection. So the problem is that there is an overtreatment level in clinical bills worldwide. And we understand that insurers cannot thoroughly check all the bills they receive. Plus, there are some external factors like COVID, for example, which worsen the overtreatment growth. And to solve these pain points, we have a solution in place. This is when we receive data from insurance company, we proceed it via the machine learning mechanism to identify complex patterns of fraud. Then we use our 3.5 million algorithms, which is the rule-based model, to identify the violation of clinical guidelines, rules of insurance company, and any other agreements between insurer and the clinic. And we reject those services which should not have been given under certain diagnoses and so on. And the same exact engine is used for pre-authorization process. This is when somebody calls insurance company to confirm such a service can be given to a patient. As a result, you have up to 30% savings on claims, you have service quality check, and you have a wow effect for your client with the speedy processes. Speaking about our traction so far, we started in 2018, growing our portfolio every year. In 2022, we entered Saudi Arabia market. We're now working with 12 insurance companies. And by the next year, we're going to increase volumes and cross-sell products to them. Plus, we now have pilots in Arabian Emirates, and we have connections to 6+ insurance companies there, and we're going to increase this number. It usually takes us about 6 months to start working with an insurer and 2 months to adjust our model to every new market that we enter. Speaking about our potential, we assessed MENA region, and here you can see our target markets by volumes. And within these markets, our potential is to earn $30 million on the annual basis, which is a recurrent earnings going from year to year. And to develop these markets, the team is looking for $5 million of investments, major portion of which will go for market development, for sales processes, marketing, and so on in the MENA region plus Latin America. And 20% will go for product upgrade and developing new features within current products. So this was a short intro from our side. Should you have any questions, I'm ready to answer. Otherwise, these are my contact details.
Pavel, you still have 30 minutes left, so maybe you can...
30
seconds, sorry, left. So maybe you can, the juries can take advantage of that and have 2 questions.
Okay, so...
sorry, guys. I have a very bad connection. So if you can write your question in the chat, I can answer it.
Okay, yeah, the voice is not clear? Pavel, can you hear me? Can anyone hear me?
We can hear you, Edwin.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Pavel, not clear, so maybe you write the question in the chat.
Yeah. Colin, it's going to take the whole 30 seconds to write the question. It's okay. It's okay. Well, I'll just ask it as a follow-up.
No. It's not about building the provider network. This is insurer who has their own network of providers, or it can be a third-party administrator who has a network of providers. We only provide the technology to check the treatment, to check those services which have been given to a patient, and see whether they comply with the medical guidelines, rules of insurance company, or any other agreements between insurer and the provider. So we are working on the insurance side to make a quality check and to reduce claims by those services which have not, which should not be given under certain circumstances, like a diagnosis and so on. The impact for the end user, if you're saying about the insurance, so every time they are provided with excessive services, it has certain impact on the loss ratio, and it has certain impact on the premium growth, which is not the aim neither for insurance company nor for insured. So by providing this control over the given services, you regulate the pricing for the next year, and you regulate the quality of services given by medical institutions also.
Good. Thank you, Pavel. Thank you, juries. So let's move to PayU, and PayU from Nigeria will be presented by Timoto P. And PayU is a platform that gives equal access to comprehensive motor insurance to everyone. So Timoto P is here, right? You
Yes,
can share the screen.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Can you see my screen?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Yeah, so what we've built is pay when you drive motor insurance for middle and low income earners across Africa and Asia. What exactly is the problem? An average Nigerian cannot afford to pay for comprehensive auto insurance on a monthly or yearly basis. Same thing applies to motorists across various markets across the world. Like you want to talk about Kenya, you want to talk about Egypt, you want to talk about even Qatar. I mean, because Qatar Insurance Group also validates the fact that pricing is a major problem for motorists, which is why Qatar Insurance Group is currently offering you pay for 9 months, we give you 12 months cover, and of course also offering monthly premium payment. There are well over 12 million vehicles on Nigerian roads, and less than 10% of them have the requisite kind of insurance. And of course, the other problem is the lack of trust in insurers, right, by the general public. This costs across every major market that I've seen. So, what is the solution we're bringing to the market? We've built a mobile application and an API structure, which essentially allows vehicle owners to be able to buy comprehensive auto insurance, especially when they are driving on the road. I'd like to just pose a rhetorical question at the judges right now. The judges are here and their cars are probably parked in their garages. The question I want to ask you is, why do you need comprehensive cover on the vehicles that you're currently parked in your garages? Well, the answer to that question is why motor insurance has become not affordable for the common man, regular guy on the road. How does our product work? You register. I mean, you basically download our app on Play Store or Apple Store. You register on it. You fund a wallet within the app, and of course, you turn on insurance. And of course, for our partners, say rideshare companies, right? They integrate our API, and of course, through our API, they're able to provide comprehensive cover for rideshare drivers while they are driving on their platform. Explaining this further is there are about 22,000 rideshare drivers in Lagos alone, right? And more than 97% of these guys don't have comprehensive cover. So our offering essentially just helps that if you're on a Uber platform for 10 hours, you're able to pay as low as 5 cents per hour, right? And of course, in 10 hours of driving, you're able to pay 50 cents for comprehensive cover on a vehicle valued at $10,000. Who are our competitors? Our competitors are ETAP, which is an insurtech as well, MyCover AI, which is also an insurtech. However, what stands us out is we are partnering with our competitors to be able to offer our solution to their own customer as well, because our pay per minute is the first in the world, which does not involve installing devices on vehicle owners' cars, right? Compared to the pay per mile that you have everywhere else in the world. Ours is pay per minute. The tracking and everything, that the data that we need to gather are all gathered via our mobile application. We have Allianz, we have AXA, we have Leadway as one of other competitors, right? So what is the market size? Only in Nigeria alone, we have a market share exceeding 100 million USD, and of course across Africa, we have a market exceeding $3 billion US. What is our business model? Our business model involves B2B, selling directly to businesses such as logistics, delivery companies, mass transport companies. Our business model also involves B2C, selling directly to retail end users. Our business model also involves B2B2C, which ensures that we're able to sell directly to other partners, other businesses, so that they can, of course, get in touch with their customers, such as the rideshare community and all of that. We've been able to do. Okay, so I don't have that slide here. So we've been able to do. We just launched in December of last year, and we're currently on a 1,000 USD month-on-month revenue. Here's the team. Myself, I have 16 years, well over 16 years experience within the insurance industry, and I also trained in New York between 2017 2018 on how to use technology to drive insurance penetration. And here we have Lawai Iwumi, who also is an actuary, our in-house actuary, who helps out with the modeling of our pricing. Yeah, thank you so much. I'll take questions.
Thank you.
So I just had one question. How does your usage-based pricing right now, the pricing of your usage-based cover, how does it compare with what are insurers typically offering? Because I think insurers will be offering like a package policy or something to protect motor insurance right now, or the ride or third-party risk. How does it compare to that?
Okay, so of course there have to be actuary reports to validate our per minute pricing, which of course our regulator had to also approve. The product is regulatory approved, and of course, like I said, it's the first in the world. So of course we put into consideration the annual premium pricing, and we also put into consideration that 97% of claims reported annually actually crystallize while vehicle owners are driving on the road. So let's say, for example, you go look at an insurance company's claim form, right? You're gonna see a portion where it is written, where did the claim crystallize? And 97% of that usually is the claim crystallized while driving on the road. So the hypothesis, therefore, is if 97% of claims crystallize on the road, it therefore means that vehicle owners need motor insurance the most while they are driving on the road. And that, I'm breaking that down, will make it affordable right, to motorists, and of course there will be mass adoption of comprehensive cover rather than the compulsory third party, which of course does little or nothing. Yeah, I don't know if I answered your question.
Thanks. I think we can connect later about this. Thanks. Bye.
All right.
Thank you. So we received another two questions from Edwin. We'll take one, and then all the questions that we received will be shared with all the participants after the session. So the question is, how do you ensure that accidents, damages happen while the service is actually turned on?
Okay, so once you turn on the app for the retail user, and you get involved in an accident, there's a claim button on the app that you're going to launch. I mean, you're going to just punch that button, and of course the camera of your phone turns on immediately, requiring that you do a video of the accident, right, of the damage, right, and that is submitted immediately. And our turnaround time on claim had always been less than 24 hours. Yeah, so that's how we keep track. So of course you can't end insurance, you can't end cover on the per minute, then come thereafter to report a claim. You have to report a claim while your cover is still ongoing. Yeah, I don't know if I answered the question, Edwin.
Yes, you did. You did. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. So our next startup is Health Move, will be presented by the CEO, Olivier. And Olivier already ready to start. So please make sure that you can share your screen. Hello, Olivier.
Yes, hi, Isha. Can you see my screen or not?
Not yet.
Now we can see the screen.
Yes,
now you can
perfect.
see it? Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for giving us the opportunity to present to you today. A little bit of background. I've been working in the health insurance industry for the last 35 years. I was acting as the previous chairman of the board for Cigna Insurance Middle East. And today we wanted to give a presentation around Health Move. So 3 numbers that you need to remember from this slide. 500 billion, this is what is wasted every year in unnecessary care. Second number, 60% by 2030 of all health budgets will be dedicated to prevention and digital health. And lastly, what we see is quite striking in terms of the cumulative increase of healthcare premium in the last 10 years, 50%. So clearly now is the time to act. From my experience as a leader in the industry, I came out with a simple management axiom: is what is not measured cannot be managed or improved. And this is how we've focused in developing our solution on the basis that 60% of healthcare costs are due to actual avoidable risk factors that can be modified. So we focus on prevention using a simple 30-second non-invasive digital health scan that helps us to quantify the health and wellness on 6 key dimensions. The tool that we have is 98% reliable and accurate on 25 personalized health and wellness risk measures. We have a combination of holistic tools, which are personalized according to the measure that we have, and that is linked to cash rewards, which actually help us to get very high level of engagement. We quantify the population health risk, and we have been able to demonstrate in previous pilots that we've done, and now with the clients that we've onboarded, that we can achieve around 20% reduction in healthcare costs, because we know when to act and at the right time in the right place. And obviously, at the corporate level, it helps with Health Move for companies to attract and retain, and is a key tool for ESG as we see it today. So why is it important? Building a healthy population and how we do it to actually get a win-win situation for every stakeholders. We see that any type of actions will have a positive impact on the mortality risk, on the stress level that certain individual may have, and also in managing specific conditions. And this is really where we focus. How are we different from the competition? Actually, it's not us, it's the clients that told us. We are on the nexus of building holistic health wellness model. Being holistic give us a better vision on where to act and on what to act, and integrating smart technologies, which is not the case today, where you have to fill in a lot of assessment and paperwork. The combination of the two get us in a unique position today in the market. So how do we do it? Well, we call it the wellness game changer. That starts with a selfie, and that's truly what it does. I was going to share a video with you. Let me see if it works. Can you still see my screen?
Profile information to give you a...
Okay, yes.
You can see it? Okay, perfect. Yes. So as you see it, it starts with a scan of the face. And based on that scan, we are able to actually provide a reading of 27 health measures that actually are picked up from just a 30-second scan. Based on this, we'll pick up notable assessment once the scan is complete. Here you can see the blood pressure, which is actually captured through that simple scan. And based on that particular information, this is the gamification process we have built in as well to create engagement and actually get the people to engage in small habits. And based on those notable assessment, you get a reading of all different vital measures and main risk areas that you're able to monitor. We actually help the individual to track, to read, to understand how they can improve on those particular risks. That drives them to challenges, which is building daily tasks, but it's also around helping the individual to track 3 pillars. Nutrition is one of them. So using digital tools, we can scan foods to be able to identify the calories, but also the micronutrients, as well to the micronutrients. We track sleep. This is also through connection with the major medical devices. And we also track the fitness area. So all those 3 elements allow us to actually build challenges and also to reward the individual for every single improvement that they do while they use the app.
Okay, let's see if we have any questions.
Yeah, maybe I should first, having been in the market as well for a while, I'm not really clear about the positioning. So I've seen Vitality and I've seen tools. Yeah. So what are you? You're an insurance company, or eventually an insurance company, or you're a tool provider to insurance companies?
Yeah, actually, we are working with the whole ecosystem. By that, what I mean is that being able to capture a certain set of information and data sets allows us to plug in to an insurance platform. It allows us to plug in into TPA platforms, to also provide the tools that we have to brokers. So we have a different set of and different ways in terms of how we built in the business model to be able to support any of the payers or the ones who actually administer the claims and the health programs to support them in monitoring better and getting access to better set of data, which they don't know today, because obviously they only capture the data on the claims information and the people who are sick, whereas we are able to provide that additional level through the digital tools that we have built in to actually improve the risk measure for an insurer, for a corporate company, and also benefit the individual themselves, because as they use and get healthier, they get rewarded for it as well.
Thanks, Olivier. Yeah. I would have another question, but
what are your sorry. Sorry, I was just asking, what are your target geographies right now?
So we are operating now already in Africa. We've just started since January to work with an insurer, a very large insurer in South Africa, which actually operating in different markets in Africa. So today is our main driver. It's built in directly in their insurance product. So obviously it's financed by the health premiums. And we are also now about to launch in the Middle East with a large reinsurer who also wants to plug in the solution to provide that to their client, which happen to be insurers, but also corporate companies that are self-insured. So our main target geographies are Africa, Middle East, and Europe.
Can you briefly comment on your revenue model here, please?
Yes, so sorry, I didn't get to the slides, so the revenue model is generated through 3 levels. First one is it's a SaaS platform or licensing fee that we provide for the use of the platform. The second one is, and also because we want to demonstrate that we are skin in the game with the partners that we work with, we have built in a profit sharing model where we actually are embedding this into our proposal to demonstrate that we do create the long-term value that they're looking for in terms of achieving the savings that they want. The last one is around the marketplace. One of our next developments is also embedding into the health provider level to be able to trigger telemedicine, to trigger access to network, and also for the marketplace of partners that we have. We have a strategic partnership with Garmin, for example, for tracking devices, and they are able to support us as well in terms of benefits that we can achieve for them and revenues actually that we can generate as well.
Thanks a lot.
The last one, which is the I would say the hidden part of the iceberg, is data monetization. We are creating health passports through the information that we're capturing for individual that will benefit them in terms of how tomorrow they can actually get more benefits, or they can actually share that with their health providers, which have seen of high interest of having a history of blood pressure readings, of any vital elements that they can actually be able to provide to those partners.
Great.
Perfect. Thank you, Olivier. So our next startup is Fedo and will be presented by the CEO and founder Prashant.
Thank you. Let me start sharing my screen. Yes. Let me know once you can see my screen.
Yes, all good.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for having us here. Fedo is based out of Bangalore, India, and we use artificial intelligence in predicting future diseases risk. At the core of our system is our ability to pick up parameters from a 14 seconds video. We pick up around 14 vital parameters, 6 diseases risk, and 5 years medical cost from a 14-second video over a smartphone, and present this as a Fedo score. Now, Fedo score is an indicator of your health, ranging from 0 to 1,000, where 0 is a dead guy and 1,000 is like a Superman. And a score of 600 and above is considered to be a healthy individual. Excuse me. The score is a compilation of your risk for 6 major non-communicable diseases: diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, respiratory diseases, kidney diseases, chronic heart diseases, and hypertension. Now, you can think of Fedo score like a credit score, like a FICO score, TransUnion score, where credit score helps you understanding your financial discipline and getting you a lower interest rate or a faster loans. Fedo score means that you are of a better health and you could get a lower premium. And obviously, insurance companies can use it to pick up people faster or through a straight-through process. Let me take you to a quick where here we are showing that a video, this could be taken through a WhatsApp chatbot. on a 14 seconds video, we'll show you how we are picking up those vitals and sending this as part of the results as a PDF to the end customer. And if in some cases the insurance doesn't want to show this to the end customer, in that case, we will show this to the underwriters or the medical underwriters. We have seen multiple use cases. Obviously, for insurance, we have seen use cases in underwriting, quick or smart onboarding through a mobile device, and faster or better engagement for the insurance, the existing members. Banks, we have seen health savings account is a big concept in the US, while it is not as big as in Asia. We could predict the future medical expenses over the next 5 years, and the banks can actually lead the medical lending. In India, only around 25%, 23% of the lending for medical devices, medical expenses come through the bank, and the remaining is through the unorganized sectors. Third one is the public health. We have tied up with Government of India in using this for health screening. We also have tied up with CHI in Saudi Arabia as part of data sharing with CHI to develop specific products for that market. The fourth use case is in the healthcare, especially a remote vital monitoring for teleconsultation, etc. But this, we believe, will be happening maybe in the next 6 months to 12 months or so. We started in 2018. Over the period of time, our first customer was Coco by DHFL, which was a health insurance company using our system for underwriting. Recently, Aditya Birla Sun Life went live on 10th of April. We have a few more insurance and micro insurance like Bima Milvik of Sweden tied up with us. And our idea is and we sit on almost 100 million records. Our idea over the next few years is we will increase our data to at least 500 million and also add more features to our system. So let me quickly take you through a snapshot of our product. This is about the scanning screen, the health records, the FIDO score, and the underwriting dashboard.
30 seconds left.
In the future, we are also trying to build more things to be figured out from scan, like total cholesterol and ECG into the system.
Time is off. So let's hope that one of the juries will ask one question to save 1 or 2 slides.
Sure.
Traction is the most important slide. So let's see.
Yeah. I hope you can see my screen. Yeah. We are working with almost 44 pilots worldwide and around 14 in health and 13 in life insurance.
Yeah, you should stop there and let's see if we have any questions.
Yes.
Prashant, interesting model. What's your global expansion approach here? Do you link with a global insurer and then they take you overseas, or how do you form those partnerships?
So we always go with partners for the global as of now, because as a small startup, we cannot set up a shop in every place because it's a health data shared. And that is how we have entering into multiple markets. We are also talking to reinsurance brokers and reinsurance companies as well, so that once we get some approvals, we'll be able to get into more companies of it. And in Saudi Arabia, we have tied up, we are part of the CHI hub, so that we get some kind of a validation in that market as well. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, you did. Thanks a lot. I don't know if anyone else has any question, but I'd also be curious about how you differentiate yourself from others. I mean, we had an Insurtech similar to this earlier as well, right? So how are you different?
Just sorry, one line to add to that will be like if you can give us your top 3 competitors, like names.
So my bigger competition are Neurologics and MENA. Others are MX Labs and LifeLight as well. So we require only 14 seconds to predict these vital scans. And what we have, which none of the others have, is our ability to predict future diseases risk and the associated medical cost. And that, I believe, is the biggest differentiator Fido has. We also have we have gone live with a couple of insurers, which I don't think a lot of others have done yet.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Prashant. Our next startup is Enfrauded and will be presented by Taha Kabbani.
Hello, welcome. Do you see my screen?
Not yet.
Let me 1 second. And right now, do you see my screen?
Not yet. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Okay, great. So, hello everybody. My name is Taha Kabbani, and I'm the CEO and one of the co-founders of Enfrauded. And the main problem that we are trying to solve with Enfrauded is fraud in car insurance companies.
Sorry, we have a website here, it seems, and not a presentation. So you might share the wrong screen.
Okay.
Now we have it, Enfrauded. Okay, we got you.
Okay, so what I was saying is that the main problem that we are trying to solve with Enfrauded is fraud in car insurance companies. It manifests itself via repairing shop overcharging reparation cost or client tempering claims in order to get compensation from the insurance companies. To put this into context, it results in an average of 20 days for claim processing, 7 to 10 billion that are lost each year in the MEA region, and only 25% of car insurance fraud are being detected. Actually, this explains that why when you ask the questions to insurance company, you find that 83% of them are unhappy with their strategy while managing fraud case. Actually, this is why we created Enfrauded, an AI software for car insurance fraud detection. What we actually did is that as long as a new claim arrives in the insurance database, we had AI model that from the image of a damaged car predict the damage, estimate the repairing cost, and compare it to the reparation cost provided by inspector or garage. After that, we check a list of fraud indicator, and we use our deep learning model in order to detect similarity between the current claim and old fraudulent claim managed by our partners. Last but not least, we generate a detailed report containing a global score, and the higher the score is, the higher the probability that the claim is fraudulent. Actually, here is how it looks like for an insurance agent. First of all, we get the damage detection feature when he get to correct the outcome of our AI model. We detect dents, broken glasses, broken parts, scratches, etc. And it's a real-time analysis. After that, we estimate the repairing cost, and we provide history-based estimation in order to detect whether people are overcharging reparation costs or not. After that, we do the whole fraud analysis. And then one of the common use cases is this claim that makes us a bit proud because the client was tampering license plate to declare fake claims. He got one car that was damaged and he declared 2 other fake claims. And the reason why we were able to detect this is that when we had the second picture, we compared it to the old database managed by the insurance company, and we detected that there is similar damage in previous claims that were mentioned. What our unique selling point is that we are an adapted software for the MENA region. Our fraud detection feature tackle the MENA region financial structure and data structure. So basically, we provide our customer with additional tools for digitalizing their process, like e-claim mobile app, expertise app, etc., in order to get more data that we can analyze. And we added some OCR technology in order to extract data from paper in order to have more data to analyze for more relevant and efficient fraud detection. Our main customer are insurance company, and we provide 3 main models of licensing, dependent on the number of claims managed by the insurance company. And so far, we managed to sign with 5 clients, between Tunisia and Algeria. We had a total turnover of $188,000, and we managed to have a partnership with one core insurance provider and one local representative in Nigeria. We are finalizing deals with 4 other insurance companies. We estimate that we will end up the year with 8 customers, $300,000 as a revenue, and 116 as an annual recurrent revenue. We managed to raise funds in Tunisia and in Bahrain with Flat 6 Labs and Brink. We won the Orange Social Enterprise of the Year in the year 2020. And what makes us really scalable is that we not only can expand toward the MEA region, but we also have AI models that if we train them on other data set, we can expand them to detect fraud on other insurance branches or even banking transaction. None of this would be possible without a team composed of myself as a CEO, Nader, who is our CTO, and he's the head behind all our artificial intelligence. Camelia, who is managed. Sorry?
30 seconds left.
Okay, so Camelia is managing the whole business development process, and Abdurrahman, who is the architect of the team. We may seem young, but we are mentored by senior executive of insurance companies, such as CEOs of car insurance companies, vice president of multinational reinsurance company, and even commercial director of well-established Tunisian group in Africa and in the MENA region. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you, Taha. So we'll see if you have any questions from the jury.
So one question from my end, really quickly. So one of the features that I really like there is how you can estimate the cost of the claim, right? Mm-hmm. And that could be very useful for insurance companies. How do you go about that? I'm assuming your target markets are in the MENA region, right?
Yes, yes.
And a lot of times you have parts which are original parts and then parts which are secondhand or yes, knockoff parts. There's a whole spectrum of values associated with how you settle your claim, right? You have to build that database from scratch in every market that you go to, or you have that already? How do you go about that?
We can temper on local exposed database, but the idea when expanding to a new market is to have a local partner who opens up his data. The whole story with Unfrauded started with a local partnership with the biggest insurance in Tunisia, who opened up their data, and then we built it upon that. Those prices are specific to the Tunisian market, so we cannot transpose them in other market. But the idea and our strategy to expand to new market is, first of all, to find the right partner that will give us access to data in order to adapt our AI models to estimate based on that target market specific pricing. And this is why we had partnership with core insurance provider. It's because they can allow us to have data, they can automate pipeline of extraction, and we can automate the training of our AI models. So right now we automated this model with ProAssure and EDI, which is a core insurance provider. And that's the idea when expanding to a new market. I don't know if I answered the question.
Good, no, thanks a lot. Helpful.
You're welcome, you're welcome.
Another quick one. What's the level of accuracy of your model as of now?
When talking about the fraud detection model, we are at 85%. When talking about the model of detecting the car parts, actually it passed throughout 2 AI models. The first one detects the visible parts. The second one detects the damage. So for the first one, when detecting visible parts from an image, we are at 92%. For detecting the damage itself, we are at 83%. And overall, when estimating the reparation cost, we are at a mean average error of 50 to 95%, $95 per part. Okay. Which is acceptable in some cases, in most of the cases, to be honest.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you, Taha.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Our next startup is Meeting Doctors and will be presented by Alvaro, founder and CEO.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for having me here. let me just show my screen. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Okay, now we can.
No, that's not the one. That's not the one. Can you see now my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you very much. So thank you very much for having us here. My name is Alvaro Oteiza, and I am the regional CEO for Meeting Doctors in the Middle East. So what is Meeting Doctors? Meeting Doctors is a solution that provides and improves access to quality healthcare services, engages with customers, leveraging primarily two means. One is chat and video technology. And this generates key benefits for all the players across the value chain. Our proposition resides across two main pillars. One is our proprietary technology that can be deployed in three ways. One is through our white label application. The second one is through the integration of our SDK into existing apps. And third,
Alvaro, I'll stop you because your slides are not moving. So yes,
okay.
okay.
Now you can see my slides?
Yes.
Yes. Could you please put them in full screen so that they're easier to read?
Yeah, I was in full screen, and that's when she said, "Can you see my
okay.
Can you see my slides moving or not?"
No, I don't.
No.
Okay,
no.
and like this, can you see them? Can you see them moving?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Okay. So sorry for that. So what Meeting Doctors, we're providing this solution to improve access, engage consumers and customers through chat and video. And we are developing this, or we're deploying our solution in two pillars. One is we have our proprietary technology, which we deploy in a white label format, or we integrate the SDK in an existing application, or we use a widget web that we host on our clients' websites. And the second pillar of our value proposition is very much providing an immediate response to any consultation as and when it comes. Our SLA is to respond to any consultation in less than 2 minutes, and we comply with that SLA in 90% of the cases. How do we do that? Primarily, we are doing that by recruiting, managing, and remunerating our own healthcare professionals to comply with these SLAs. Unlike other players that allow teleconsultations or chat through a booking platform, we are providing an integrated service that offers immediate response. We were established in 2017 in Spain, in Barcelona. Today we've got 3 regional offices, Barcelona, Mexico City, and Dubai. We started working for insurance companies. We are working for more than 70 corporate clients on a B2B manner, and we're servicing more than 7 million members across our portfolio. We're doing more than 2,000 consultations daily. What are our use cases? We have primarily 4 use cases. One is the cost optimization that is particularly tailored to insurance companies. Second is we offer our services to large corporates as an employee benefit. Third is we activate brands and we offer new revenue generating streams to FMCGs, telecommunication companies, pharmaceutical companies, and so on. And fourth, we also offer our platform as a service to small, medium, and medium to large healthcare providers. Meeting Doctors Middle East is the regional entity in charge of Middle East, Africa, Middle East and Africa, and we're currently raising $500,000 to deploy across four areas. One is fund ongoing operations. Second is to increase our business development capacity. Third is to localize certain product development skills. And last but not least is to develop the Saudi Arabian market. These are our details. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Our juries.
Happy to answer any question, of course.
Alvaro, maybe a quick question on the company structure. So you say you raise for the Middle East office.
Yes.
So this is a separate entity, and then you have the entity in Mexico and in Spain, or how does this work?
That's correct, Lars. So we have the mother company in Spain, and then the two subsidiaries in Mexico and UAE have different shareholder structure. And the reason we want to partner locally is because the business models and the businesses are so regional in every case that we want to leverage the capacity of a regional player in each Latin America and the Middle East.
Okay, but the tech comes from the Barcelona mothership.
The tech comes from the Barcelona mothership, and we have got a shareholders agreement that stipulates the use and rights of that technology in the region.
Okay, thanks.
No more questions?
As of
okay,
now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So we still have only 2 startups. So we'll try to finish as soon as possible. Our next startup is InsurCo, and the presenter is the CEO, Tazveer. So please make sure that you are able to share your screen. Yes, we can see it. Just put it in the presenting mode.
Am I audible?
Hello?
Am I audible?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. You can see my screen, right? Can I start?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Hi, this is Tazveer. I'm the CEO of InsurCo. Our vision is to build a technology advance ecosystem to protect the millions of smallholders who were previously financially excluded and uninsured and in untapped market globally. The problem is limited access to the asset security, financial services, digital record keeping, animal health monitoring, or farm management tools is a challenge for the smallholder farmers. And while insurance companies and leading lending institution faces high costs, inaccuracies, false claims, and limited market reach, and low IT inclusions, and lack of financial data due to inefficient farm management, also actually practices leading to mutual.
Sorry to interrupt you, but your slide is not moving, so you're facing the same issue. If you can just put it in the full screen.
Yeah, it's in a full screen. Is it moving right now?
No.
Wait a minute. Yes, I put it into the full screen. Is it moving right now?
Yes.
Okay. So let me actually come from the problem. The problem is actually limited access to the asset security, financial services, digital record keeping, animal health monitoring, farm management tools is a challenge for the smallholders farmers. And while insurance companies and lending institutions face high costs, inaccuracies, false claims, and limited market reach, low IT inclusions, and lack of financials data due to inefficient farm management practices, leading to the mutual challenges. So the way we actually come up with the solutions, that is, we build up a comprehensive agri-insurance platform that offers an innovative AI and deep learning-based permanent identification through a muzzle pintrometry engine and cattle health monitoring system, enable smallholder farmers to efficiently manage their farms and reduce the veterinary bills. And on the other hand, it is also actually helping the insurance companies to avoid false claim, BFSA companies to make informed decisions when disbursing their loan. So these are the services we are actually providing right now. This is the platform look like. These are the tech stack we're actually using. Our business model is hybrid, and with a ARP of $26 per farmers, with a 51%, 52% around gross margin. This is the market size. We are actually targeting the entire value chain contributors. The interesting part is we have a bovine size of 26 million. It's only for Bangladesh, and the total cattle insurance penetration is around 5%. Only 0.2% is been covered with the formal channel. So the last year they have actually collected around 3.6 million worth of cattle insurance, premiums, but it is all through informal channel. This is the market size. Global sum size is around 2.7 billion, which is expected to be reach around 5.77 billion in 2031. This is a traction so far. We have generated around 69,000 worth of revenue since we have a soft launch since last year November, and we have actually work order of 58,000 in our hand, and we are in a final round negotiation with a large agri-tech company with a 51,000 cattle, which is valued around $250,000 worth of dollars. We also actually champion in various ICT company incubator, where we already in a cohort for different SRD accelerator in accelerating Asia. So our main value proposition is actually our accuracy, and we actually lowered down the entire claim process from 12 days to 3 days. And throughout our pilot, we actually seen that the farmers has actually increased their profitability around at around 30%. These are the competitors. Only Divara is actually using the similar kind of technology, but not actually providing the end-to-end services. Our PC, this is our requirement, and we have already had the commitment of around 230,000 worth of dollars. So we are actually looking around $250,000 for the. We are expected to be break even by 30 months. The reason behind we are unwavering confidence is our team. We have me and Nasim has around 40 years or total 40 years of experience in developing businesses from ground zero. Tar insurance background guy, and he's a veteran in agri insurance, and he's a pioneer in agri insurance portfolio in Bangladesh. And the tech user is Ripon. He's actually currently doing. Okay, and these are our advisory team. Thank you.
Thank you.
So if you
good
have
question, I think
any question,
one question from Edwin coming in, and then
yes,
just on the clarification on the slides. You said 3 slides ago, 20,000 farmers onboarding. What does it mean? Do you have onboarded them? You intend to get them into your system this year, or what does it mean?
Okay, the thing is, our target is to actually, yes, which is true, because the thing is, the main problem with the insurance companies who are actually promoting agri insurance, they cannot actually reach to the end mile. So that is where we actually coming into the picture. So the thing is, we are actually onboarding them through NGOs, MFIs, and stuff like that. So we are actually connecting these farmers with the insurance providers, so that they can actually easily get the insurance.
Okay, good. And then we have a second question from Edwin. How big is the TAM in the MENA region? I think you're from Bangladesh, but nevertheless, do we have an idea how big the market is in our region?
So the MENA region, exactly, I cannot actually tell you, but the thing is, I can actually give you a small, what I can idea about, because we can, let's say about Indian market, their dairy industry is $140 billion, whereas our market size is around only $5 billion. So the thing is, the MENA region, I'm pretty sure that most of these African countries, the size would be, because we already got in a project on insurance project is which is led by one African government project. It is only small project is actually valued around 1.5 million. So the thing is, it is quite a big market, because if I consider Ethiopia, if I consider Mozambique, and these are the countries, they have a huge bovine populations. So I think the market size is quite large. But on the MENA region, I can actually tell right now. but the
No,
global market is actually.
I think we have to move. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
I think it should be in the slides that we have get a good feeling on the market itself. A couple of more questions, but I think we will follow up on this later on. And we have 2 more companies to come. So
Yes, let's move to our next startup. So we still have only 2 startups left. Our next startup is Zara'i from Egypt, and the presenter is Walid Nasr.
Yes, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
It should be coming in full screen now.
No, it's not.
Now it's full screen?
No.
No, not that I can see.
I have shared it. It's in full screen now.
Okay, just do it. Just present on the slides that you can see and not the full screen. It's all fine. Thanks.
Okay. First of all, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Walid Nasr. I'm the founder and CEO of Zara'i. I'm a computer engineer coming with 24 years of experience working in the IT field for national and regional posts. Zara'i is my startup. By the way, the word Zara'i means my crop in Arabic. So it's a Franco-Arab letter writing of the word my crop, and that's how Zara'i. Zara'i is simple. Hello?
Yes, we hear
you.
Yes.
Yeah. Zara'i is a digital agriculture platform as a service offering precision farming solutions. Our mission is to help farmers optimizing their cultivation process and efficiently utilizing their resources. We are addressing the economical and water stresses affecting the agriculture industry, and also climate change that's affecting the agriculture industry in Egypt tremendously now and all over the region.
Yeah, we don't see your slides moving, so you have to move your slides on the screen, right? Because we are not seeing your full screen, so you have to move the single slides.
Now it's moving? You can see the market size?
Nope.
Nope.
You just see a first slide, and on the left-hand side, a different kind of slide. So you have to stick to this. Yeah. So just move within. Go to slide number.
From here. Okay, yeah.
If you just click to the next.
Yes.
But not on the presenter mode, on the slide mode. Yeah, that should be fine. Just go to the next slide. Just click on with the mouse on slide number 2 or 3.
So it's moving now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry guys for this.
No problem. Just go ahead.
So market size, the market size of Egypt is huge. Egypt has 15% of the national GDP is coming from the agriculture industry, around 9.5 million acres of old agricultural land, ongoing plans for reclaiming more than 2.5 million acres of new land. Around 142 billion Egyptian pounds are coming from fresh produce and agriculture products, and also around $5 billion of fresh produce are coming from agricultural products. We are addressing our solution is coming to cover the whole crop production lifetime cycle using satellite imaging by applying 3 main services. These services are crop monitoring and crop management and crop insurance, where we measure crop performance through analyzing satellite images and applying remote sensing and artificial intelligence to analyze the crop health, fertilization efficiency, and irrigation efficiency, and also managing each activity of the cultivation process with our farmers. And the main service that we are focusing here now is crop insurance. This is simply how it works. Simply, all function starts with the farmer drawing the polygon of his crop on the land. That's how the mobile application starts generating reports and giving instruction and guidance to our users. This is how the crop monitoring consolidated report. It's a consolidation of more than 6 KPIs to identify where is the issue in the crop area and what kind of issue is facing the crop, and ask the farmer to address this issue. Our also main service is crop insurance, and for crop insurance we have two different services. First is the application form and assessment of the history of the crop in the past 3 years, and identifying if there is a high risk or a low risk grading for this application request. The other interference for Zar'i comes when a climate hazard affects the crop and there is a certain damage that needs to be reimbursed. That's when Zar'i crop insurance services go see the history of the crop prior to the incident and during the incident and after the incident, and provide a parametric analysis report to insurance company to assess the reimbursement amount for the farmer. We are using all this through our digitized service to make sure that we can provide our service in hours, not weeks or months. Our revenue model is a subscription-based model. We are offering our crop monitoring service for 5 Egyptian pounds per acre per month, and for the crop management for 20 Egyptian pounds per acre per month. And for the crop insurance, we are asking for 0.2% of the crop insured value. And part of our social impact and our go-to-market approach is that we are offering our crop monitoring free of charge for smallholder farmers with cropland areas less than 10 acres, to help them increase market awareness and user adoption, and to help farmers to use our technology. 2022 was our soft launching year, where we had achieved more than 1,400 users, and we are already starting a very big project in South.
We have to stop you, sorry.
Yes.
Let's see if the juries has any questions. So
my question.
Go, Nima.
No, I was just asking to finish the traction slide only, so we get an idea of the traction.
Yes.
Or you can just talk about it like for a minute.
Yes. So we have 1,400 users now using the application, and 2 ongoing projects are going with GIZ in South Egypt in 2 municipalities, and another project is starting with Khalifa International Award in Siwa Oasis. And for the crop insurance, finally, for the first time ever in Egypt, we will be releasing the first crop insurance policy with Misr Insurance in the next few weeks. We have been already approved, and it's going to be released for the first time ever in the next few weeks.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your presentation, and good luck with it.
thank you. So our last startup is Vitraya, will be presented by the CEO and founder Mirinal Sinha. So please check your slides, and the floor is yours.
Thank you for the opportunity to present here. I'm just going to put up my slides and
Okay, we can't see them.
are you able to see the slide?
No.
Are you able to see the slide?
No, nothing.
It's still uploading. Let me share screen. Are you able to see my slides?
Not yet, but there's something loading. Okay.
Yes, we have it.
I think it's perfect. Great. So Vitraya is working towards empowering health insurers. We're working in fraud detection and detect fraud and automate claim processing for health insurance. As you know, there are many fraud detection products in the market, but I think they rely on a lot of manual work. There are fraud detection products that rely on hundreds of different markers, but those markers all, a health insurer has got to have a data processing system that converts medical information from prescriptions and bills and investigation reports into data, and then fraud detection can run on it. So therefore, the existing fraud detection products that exist in the market, they do not do away with manual processing, and a lot of fraud is not addressed by them at all. In terms of the size of the problem, fraud detection and claims administration, I think there are other startups that have presented the scale of this problem. It's 10 to 15% of claim volumes in any given country. For the MENA region, the size of this problem runs over $1 billion in terms of fraud and claim administration, the cost of fraud and claim administration. What Vitraya does is it does not rely on somebody else digitizing data. So it takes paper, it does natural language processing on top of that paper. It not only does OCR, but is also able to extract medical information from documents, and then is able to run medical rules on those documents. And therefore, it relies on no heavy-duty integrations. Any insurer that has a bunch of medical documents coming in, whether it's paper or whether it's a bunch of scanned PDFs, can use Vitraya and be up in days and start with the fraud detection products. On the left, you see a bit of a screenshot of one of our products, which is basically just taken a prescription and just is doing detection of medical parameters on those documents. What we've been able to do with the insurers that we work with is, we've been able to reduce, not only have we been able to detect, a huge amount of fraud, but we've been able to reduce claim processing time, whereas manual processing, takes hours. We've been able to reduce processing times to, a few seconds. our customers, our insurance companies, health insurance companies who use us, have seen an average of 9% reduction in their claims payout, because we've been able to detect things such as, overbilling, frauds, wrong procedures charged, and things like that. So they've realized, and they've realized savings of 9% on the claim costs. And most insurance companies that we work with have seen a reduction in their headcount because they don't need so many people. They don't need so many people, whether it's whether they're processing claims in-house or whether it is through a TPA. I think just a little snapshot of what are the different products that are at play here. There's basically the first product, which applies the rules of any policy, the benefits, at runtime. You see the second product, which basically scrapes out any bill in any format, and basically then is able to say what are those line items. It goes into every line item and says, hey, this line item is okay for this procedure that is being done. As an example, if somebody has a fracture and is being a hand fracture, and an oxygen cylinder is being used for that, it'll throw that right up, as a potential fraud. And then you've got the medical fraud detection system, which basically directly looks at prescriptions. It works. Our stack works directly on paper documents. It does not need digitized data. I'm going to basically just tell you a little bit about what this stack has been able to achieve for the insurers where we are live. This is also a traction slide. We went live with our first kind of product in 2020. And since then, we account for 10% of the claims volume in India. The network of hospitals that work through us for the insurers that we work with, it's more than 4,000 hospitals. And we're currently processing $1.2 billion in claim volumes. We earn an average of between 2.5% and 4% of the claim volume that is paid out to us. I'm just going to show you very quickly one of our products at work.
And we are out of time. So thank you very much for the presentation. 5 minutes and 30 have passed, so we actually gave you 30 seconds extra bonus. Thank you very much. Good presentation. Yeah, I think it's impressive, the numbers itself. I don't know if you can or want to disclose your revenues, because you're streaming live on the internet. So it's up to you. Otherwise, we just take the 3% of the 1.2 billion that you're managing and come to a number that I find quite high to where you stand. But that would be one question, but you can answer or not answer this.
No, I will answer it. I think the 1.2 billion is in various stages of being rolled out. So therefore, the revenue number is, a little over $1 million right now. That's what we ended the last financial year at. But every month, there's a 30 to 40% increase. We expect by the end of December, we will be earning the 3% of the full 1 billion. So that number is not that far out.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think Nimisha had a question.
No, I'm all good.
Okay, good. And I believe we have overdrawn timing-wise a little bit, or a little bit than more than expected. Thank you very much, jury. Thank you very much, team, that made this happen. I know we have been all a little bit stressed of seeing how this works. I think we can be proud, and it was a good event itself. I think there are more things to improve, obviously, in every time, but I'm really happy. I hope the startups enjoyed it as well. For us as a jury, we have now the hard work going on. The jury out and evaluation and score to do, and then actually reconvene. The story is that we, by tomorrow, want to announce the startups.
Yeah, so tomorrow we'll announce using the same platform, but tomorrow, of course, we will not face any technical issue. Now